Hi everyone, this is Noreen Chase, Community Manager of the Social Biz User Group community. With me today is Tony Holder, our IBM Champion for the Social Biz User Group community, our featured IBM Champion. Tony is also speaking at the upcoming Midwest Lotus User Group Conference, which is scheduled August 19th through the 21st in Atlanta, Georgia. So we're getting a 2-for-1 special with today's interview. We're going to learn a little bit about Tony's professional background, but also get a little peek into his upcoming session at MWLUG. So let's get started. Hi, Tony. How are you today?
Hi, Noreen. I'm great, thank you. England are playing Australia at cricket today. And that always makes it a good day, especially as we're beating them. I guess the game will be over by the time this goes out, although it does last 5 days. But I thought I'd mention it just in case any of the Aussie champions are listening or watching in.
Who do you expect is going to win?
Oh, I hope it'll be England. It's a series of 5 games, and it's 1-1 at the moment. So it will be good for England to be 2-1 up at the end of this game.
Excellent. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. Can you give us your work biography and your background as an IBM champion?
Sure, no problem at all, although it would be very long if I gave you the whole biography. So I'm Tony Holder. I've been working with IBM technologies for most of my professional career, both hardware and software. And that's more than 30 years now, which is a little bit scary, to be honest. But I, like a lot of people, got involved with Lotus Notes back in the early days. For me, it was 2.0, and I've been part of this community ever since then. I've been honored to be an IBM champion for the last 3 years, and I've sponsored, spoken, and drunk beer at IBM and Lotus user groups all over the world. I also helped organize Icon UK last year, which is coming up in September in London this year. So I know this is about MWLUG, but I thought I'd get a little plug in there for Icon.
Not a problem. So that's great. Let's get onto your MWLUG session. It's scheduled for Friday, August 21st at 10 a.m. And its title is SA107, Managing Domino Users, Automated Control of Users in Groups. It's under the System Administration portion of the agenda for those watching who are interested in looking for that. Tell us about this session and give us a little bit more insight behind the abstract.
Sure. First of all, I always enjoy giving the session at MWLUG. This is a commercial session for us, and we're here as a sponsor. And MWLUG is our most successful user group around the world in terms of leading to sales and new customers. So we always like to come here. Richard and his family always do an amazing job, and this is my 4th time. So we'll be talking about Hadsel Firm, which is our administration tool, and how it can automate Domino administration tasks and help companies spend less time managing their Domino environment and more time doing things that are a bit more interesting. As Domino's become more of an appliance, just churning away in the background, it's become more important to make it easy to manage users and security, and that's what Firm does. It's worth coming to the session just to hear the disembodied voice of Roy Holder, my elder brother, who will be running the demo from the UK. And while I try and interrupt him while there's a half-a-second delay, which makes it basically impossible. So he kind of loves it. So it's kind of fun to come to. There'll be a prize giveaway if you attend the session as well. So it's worth popping in and seeing.
Definitely, a prize giveaway. I guess you can't give us a little hint as to what the prize could be?
Well, those who know me would expect it to be an iPad mini, but it's been an iPad mini a lot over the past few years. So I think it'll be something different, but I haven't decided quite what yet. But come and find out. It'll be good, and it'll be worth winning.
Definitely, definitely. Okay, Tony, it's time for your geek question. So, Star Trek, Star Wars, or Game of Thrones?
Well, I think this is a really mean question because how could you possibly expect anybody to choose between those? So I've just started watching Game of Thrones. I've just, over the last 2 weeks, had a bit of a marathon, and I'm up to season 3 now, and thoroughly enjoying it. I don't quite know why I didn't watch it, earlier, as it's season 5 now, but I'm playing catch up, and it's good. But that's too new to be the favourite of them. So, because of my age, I remember Star Trek. As you said, actually earlier on when we were talking, it's syndication mode in the early 70s, so the original series. But I was also 11 or 12, maybe 13 when Star Wars came out, which was pretty, important in my young life in terms of that period. But if you're going to force me to choose between them, I'd always pick Star Trek because Star Trek is about technology. It's not about special powers. It's about having better technology than the bad guys, or doing better with the technology than you have than the bad guys do. So for me, Star Trek every time.
Same for me. I like all three. I enjoy all three, but my heart is with Star Trek because that's what I grew up with. Well,
yeah, I'm the same.
Well, Tony, thank you so much for your time today and letting the Social Biz User Group community learn a little bit more about yourself and about your upcoming MWLUG session.
Thank you very much for hosting me. It's been great to be here, and I look forward to meeting everybody who can be there at MWLUG in Atlanta in August or at Icon UK in London in September.
Right. Now, you can follow Tony on Twitter. His handle is @BigToneUK. And don't forget, there's still time to register for the Midwest Lotus User Group. You can register for them at www.mwlug.com. I will be including a link to the event registration page and a link to Tony's Twitter handle in the blog. Thanks everyone for joining us and make it a great day.